Righto, tally-o there, champs. So I have wasted thousands of dollars on laptops, and I'm going to give you my 5 biggest regrets. This video is brought to you by my Patreon page. If you like my content and you want to help a champ out, head on down to my Patreon page. You can help out with as little as $1 a month. In any case, thank you for watching. So if you're new around here, come on, get on the woo train, make sure you subscribe. If you like these videos, please give me a like there. So I want to know down there in the comments, what is your favourite laptop ever of all time? What is your favourite phone of all time? And what is your worst phone or laptop purchase or even tech purchase? Let me know down there in the comments. Be very interesting. Now let's talk about my 5 biggest regrets in laptops. I've bought quite a lot of laptops over the journey. Some have been good, some have been bad, some are just bad situations and just bad experiences, and the laptops were good. Actually, there's a few on the list that are actually good, but it just didn't work out for whatever reason. So I'm going to talk you through my top 5 biggest regrets when it comes to laptops, and I'll chuck in one for free. It's like a 6th one, is the MacBook Pro 15-inch. Just buying that a couple of months ago when it was newly released. I made a video on this, so you can go check that out. And then they bring out Vega graphics like a couple of months later, or 3 months later or whatever. As soon as I heard Vega graphics for the MacBook Pros, I'm like, instantly regret buying that. And I'm like, I would not have bought that if I knew Vega graphics were coming out. Anyway, that's not even on the list because I've formulated this list quite a while ago. Anyway, number 5 on my list is the Xiaomi Notebook Pro. Now, this is actually a good laptop. Great value, great build quality, keyboard, trackpad, the display's good, awesome battery life, got enough power, quad-core power, U parts, an MX150 graphics card. It's good enough to do, video editing and bit of gaming and stuff like that. It is an overall fantastic laptop. But these things are hard to get, like in Western countries in general, like US, UK, and especially here in Australia, you can't even buy them. So I had to import it from AliExpress. So I went on there, and I've never used AliExpress before. I actually ordered this laptop, heard a lot about it, whatever. Thinking, well, this is sort of just like eBay. I went to some user, had okay feedback, asked him loads of questions about returns and stuff like that. And he answered the questions quickly, or she, I don't know. And he understood what I was saying. I'm thinking, okay, got good feedback, let's buy it. So I bought it from there. I should have just bought it from GearBest. I don't know why I didn't. Actually, I do. It was actually a bit more expensive at the time. So long story short, it got delivered, and the first time I moved it, I heard this crinkle friggin' noise. Have a listen to this. Yeah, now this has fan issues, this laptop, but I opened it up and actually stopped the fans and it was still making those noises. So I sort of worked out it's sort of like the heatsink doing that, like a crinkling of the fins. So I got in touch with this guy. I want to return it. There's took like a couple of days to reply now, and all of a sudden his English isn't that great. He can't understand me, and yeah, so just be wary. That was the regret. The regret was I bought it from there. The laptop is quite good, and yeah, it's not critical. It does annoy me, that friggin' noise. I wish I could just return it, but that was one of my regrets. Number 5 there, Xiaomi Notebook Pro, and yeah, more so to do with the buyer and buying it from some random bloke from AliExpress. Now, number 4 on my list is the 13-inch MacBook Pro, the dual core, the Escape version, which is the one with that touch bar. Now, this is a friggin' amazing laptop. I've got to say that. One of my favourite Macs until the 15-inch MacBook Pro come out with the 6 cores. It is a really great laptop. But we went overseas, and I was going to take my XPS 15 with me, but when you got kids, you got to carry not only your luggage, you got to carry their luggage as well. So I just wanted to go ultra light. So I wasn't going to take the XPS 15. I was going to get an XPS 13. But I thought, I've reviewed that. I haven't reviewed this Mac. I'll buy this Mac. I'll review it while I'm overseas. And yeah, took that with me overseas. Oh, what a friggin' nightmare. Went to the south of Italy, went to England. South of Italy, dodgy as. I love Italy, love the people, love the food, but that place is dodgy down south. And we were down deep south. We had credit cards hacked, multiple credit cards hacked, just from the dodgy hotels or wherever we used them. I don't know what happened. I got locked out of my Google account. They must have known I was in the south of Italy and locked me out. So I don't know what happened there because I checked. Don't check again for this computer, my password. As soon as we went to the south of Italy, boom, it just cut off. So again, to cut a long story short, I tried to record something on the MacBook Pro, and because I was using an adapter because it's USB-C or Thunderbolt 3 only, it had so much noise recording audio. It was like unusable, and it was just because of that adapter, because that microphone was fine. I put it in another computer, it works fine. Just on the Mac with that adapter, it doesn't work, and I put it on another Mac with just normal USB, works fine. So that was the first thing. Second thing is, I was using an Android phone. I ended up buying an iPhone when we went to London. But what do you think happens when you plug an Android phone into a Mac? Nothing happens. It just friggin' charges. And we're deep in the south of Italy. The internet is like a joke there. Like seriously, it's like 56k modem. So I had to get on this dodgy Wi-Fi. They're probably hacking my computer as I'm on the Wi-Fi. It took me like 3 hours to download the Android transfer protocol because for some reason with a Mac you can't just plug a phone in and use it. And at that point I was friggin' cursing. I swear to God, I was like, never again am I taking... I've actually got a video on it. You can check that out. But that was a regret taking that. It's a great laptop, but you'll know more about that if you just watch this video. So number 4, get through this quickly now. Surface Pro 3. Great laptop again. Fantastic product, but it's not for me. I just can't use it as a laptop. It just feels uncomfortable. The stand digs into my, my lap. It just flops over sometimes when you move. It's just a bit awkward. And if you can use it and you have no problems with it and you got a use for it, it's great for some people, but it's not for me. I bought that. I quickly handballed that to my missus and said, nah, I can't deal with that. She had that for years. She's had it for 4 years. She's still got it. But interestingly, I just bought a Xiaomi 13-inch laptop, just a bash and crash laptop for her, and she hasn't stopped using that because, I think she prefers a laptop too over the Surface, even though she did love that for so many years. You got to get the right tool for you, You want to test that, and that's a regret. Like, I only used that for 3 weeks, and I'm like, no, it's not for me. So number 2 on the list is friggin' Chromebook. Any Chromebook, I don't care. Just throw them in the bin. I cannot handle Chromebooks. I don't like them. I had one here. And actually, to be fair, I actually used to use it quite a lot. Just in the morning, open it up, email, a bit of web surfing. Sometimes I would use it on the couch to watch something. But man, there are always times that you just want to do something. You want to do something on your NAS and you don't want to log into your NAS's bloody web page or whatever. You just want to transfer some files, or you want to edit a photo, or just edit some little clip or do something. And the Chromebooks, they can't do it. They're just emails, web surfing, just productivity. Just that's all they do. I'll never buy a Chromebook again. And I know they work for a lot of people. If you're just using just internet productivity and, watching videos and web surfing and stuff like that, they're perfectly fine, but they're not for me either. I cannot use a Chromebook. And number 1, my biggest regret. What do you think it is? Come on, type down there in the comments. Well, it's the XPS 15. Who knew, right? It's my biggest regret. And it's still the best 15-inch laptop, and it's still probably the best laptop for me. The one I like the most, the one I recommend the most. I still think it's probably the best. But my regret is, it's just like you go to that great fish and chip joint, a great hamburger joint, or the place that makes the great coffee, right? You go there, it's the best ever, you taste that, boom. From there on in, everything else is just disappointing. And that's the thing, that ruined everything for me, that XPS 15, because a lot of laptops for at least 2 years, every one I got, I was just disappointed with. Even the review ones, whatever, it's just like, when you see that 4K screen, and now they've caught up, all these manufacturers have caught up with these other laptops that have these 4K 100% Adobe RGB screens. But a couple of years ago, the Dell was the only one, and even last year it was probably the only one as well. And when you look at that, and then you get these other laptops and you look at them, and then the keyboard's not that great, and they haven't got the power you want, they don't look as good, and yeah, that's how I felt. It's like going to that good coffee shop, get the best coffee, every other coffee's disappointing after that, and every laptop was disappointing after that. Now, everybody is caught up. I will say that. I still recommend it, probably is my top one, but it's so close now, and there's so many good laptops laptops, MacBook Pro, you know, the Razers, the Aeros. There's a lot of great laptops out there now, and it's really gonna go down to what your user case is. But for me, it's still that. My second favorite would probably be the MacBook Pro, and that's coming out with Vega graphics. It'll be interesting. And that's the only shortcoming of that, is not upgradable, and the graphics, we'll see when I order that one. But it's one of those things. Ignorance is bliss. If I wouldn't have known any different, just had another laptop, I would have got all these review units and order for, yeah, they're good, they're great and all that. But because I had the XPS 15, just set the benchmark a bit too high there for me. And then everything else was disappointing. So anyway, let me know down there what your favorite phone is, what your favorite laptop is, your worst phone, your worst laptop. Let me know down there in the comments. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. And until next time, guys, tally ho.